Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact events. Today, we're going to be starting the main event for the 3.4 update, Lantern Rite 3. It's finally back, a brand new era has come and we can finally do Lantern Rite again. And I've been holding off on this for a while for personal reasons, but no more. Let's do it. People's been hyping this thing up for so long and I have no idea what's going on. So I look at an image or two, but that's really it. So I'm curious to see what exactly there is to see in this new Lantern Rite this time around. I love Lantern Rite 2. I think Lantern Rite 1 was solid though. I think Lantern Rite 1 was a solid event. Lantern Rite 2 was exceptional. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna have for Lantern Rite 3 today. Obviously also hint towards 3rd anniversary of Genshin Impact, obviously. Another way of saying another anniversary of Genshin Impact. So, yeah. Like, other than the actual, like, anniversary, this feels like an anniversary Genshin, especially because it happens once per year. Like, no matter what, Lantern Rite's never gonna go away anytime soon. So, let's get started.
Huh? Zhongli? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
It's Mr. Broke God.
The pleasure is all mine. As is the surprise, surely.
Well, I've been in Liyue in a hot minute,
that
though.
brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Things have been going alright.
Setbacks are inevitable over the course of a long journey. If you wish to share what's troubling you, allow me to lend my ear. There is no need to shoulder all burdens by yourself.
Thank you, Zhongli.
You are too kind.
So, Zhongli, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea. However, I had planned to take a walk to Qixing village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots,
If you
which
hear
are
background
currently
noise, I'm
in
sorry.
season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
Huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't
What's
you
up with the
just use
background
normal
noises? Seriously.
bamboo shoots instead?
Barely enemy sounds. Still.
Wait, Paimon knows! Because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right?
Despite not being able to pay for them.
Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that it's normal.
Is that your impression? Is that your Zhongli impression, Paimon?
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed. Lantern Rite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land.
Is that a reference to
Generous
his
cups of
signature
pork
dish?
belly
I think
and
it is.
crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
I've never had anything like it.
Oh, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
Okay, then why is your eyes so sparkled? Traveler's face like, bruh.
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to taste.
Ugh. Let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
Ready to go when you are.
Collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
Sorry about that little pause there.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
Haha, nice
there
pun.
is no need to rush. The streets of Liyue will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you. The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an honor it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
We'll check in with you later at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
We're heading out. Enjoy your walk, Zhongli.
Take care now, you two.
Man, it's been a while since we actually like saw Zhongli proper. 1,000 miles for an enigmatic tune. So, guess this is an event with multiple characters appearing again. We gotta do this all over again. Zhongli's last appearance in terms of story was Genshin Impact 2.7, I think, and Perilous Trails. Because he made a little minor cameo appearance. The awkward thing about the 2.7 update, right, is that 2.7 is a mix of whatchamacallit. It's a mix of event and story like intertwined into one. Because Perilous Trail isn't interlude Archon quest, yes, but also was mixed in with the main event of that, which was the Perilous Trails event, but its story was an Archon quest, so it's kind of odd there. But Zhongli made a cameo appearance in that one where we saved Xiao. Even when I talk about a proper last appearance and event-wise, it's ignoring the fact that Perilous Trail is an event, is an Archon quest, not an event. It's actually Lantern Rite 2. Back in 2.4. And also on Perilous Trails in 2.7, by the way. And yeah, that was all the way back in 2.4, second Lantern Rite. Where he made like, I think he made like, I don't remember if he made like a small appearance in the cutscene, or if he also made an appearance in dialogue as well. Can't remember. It was all the way back. That was over a year ago, guys. That's about like a year ago. Like even before Samara was a thing. Because Liyue never had a major like festival like event. Because after that we only had going back to Academia, then Iridescence Festival in Inazuma, then a small thing in Lantern Rite for the Chasm. Then a small thing in Liyue for the Chasm. Then Golden Apple Archipelago again. And Zhongli really never made an appearance since, so I think it's due time we had another Liyue festival. In due time. Now, in terms of Lantern Rite 3, Lantern Rite 1 was... Ow!
Bamboo shoot. Nascent bamboo shoot. Oh! This one's only just sprouted! And it looks super fresh! Paimon thinks this is the one!
Okay, so now in terms of like Lantern Rite, because there's always a character focus. First one was Xiao in 1.3. Second one was Qixing in 2.4. This one is confusing. It shows Ganyu, but the main wallpaper for the 3.4 update showed Hu Tao and Xiao and Yanlan, maybe, I think, I don't remember. I think it was Hu Tao, Xiao, and Ganyu actually. So we have no idea who the focus is going to be for this event. Who's gonna be the major focus? Every single event had like a major focus character. Some kind, maybe.
Did you hear that? Someone's calling for help. It's coming from over there.
It's a child. Not the child name, but an actual child.
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
Oh, him.
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
Oh, I can hear him. Yeah.
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl?
Who put this lost child into my game? I'm kidding.
My name is Yao Yao. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine.
I can only hear the
the
person that voiced him. That's funny.
But then
Oh,
I
this
became
is cool.
captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long,
I
I
actually
was
can't believe he
completely
became a voice
lost.
actor for this game.
Just
I
now, I was
actually
so
can't believe it.
mesmerized
I
by
know
the
he was a voice
waterfall
actor
that I
back before,
slipped
but
and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet
and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long as you watch your step, accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Oh, are you hungry, sir?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up.
Fourth wall breaking
I
much?
still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the four of us?
Aw, what a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon!
You're welcome.
Yaya's voice direction definitely caught me off guard early on, but it grew on me later on. More? You already had the Sum the Beast share.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was gonna run into you, I would have made a second
Playable
batch.
Paimon 1.
Hope you're taking notes, traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon.
Excuse
What do
me?
you think, sir? Are Liyue snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious in their own way. As for
I can't
Fontaine's
help but
cooking,
smile.
it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the
Oh.
Iridescence Tour.
Iridescence Tour?
That sounds somewhat familiar.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to
In
expand.
Fontaine
Our aim is to
specifically?
hold a festival in every nation. At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately, it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details.
What's this foreshadowing?
But anyway, so the
More
main reason
Fontaine
I'm traveling
foreshadowing?
all around to that
Hmm.
is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons too.
Well, what are they? Just tell us already.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh, I love listening to stories.
We want to hear it too.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful,
Sirens?
moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him
You're literally
forget the
describing a
fact that he
siren.
was drowning. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura.
Oh,
Once she saw
what?
that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind.
Folklore?
In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home.
What is this a reference to
Once he returned
folklore?
to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like
Aw,
the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called the Lady Overlooking the Lake.
The Lady at the
People
Lake.
now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, So long as you play a pleasing
Oh, I know.
melody,
This is a.
you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight playing along
I've
with
heard
you.
this. I know this is a reference.
Wow.
I know this is a reference. I know this is a reference. This is 100% reference to the King Arthur stories. Who's the lady of the lake again? Frick, I can't. It doesn't. The name doesn't. I know it's a reference to the lady of the lake. I don't remember the name of her though. And that's legend.
Well, yes. As it stands now, it's become a touch too romantic and detached from reality. But I understand the original story and its historical grounding.
Is the
better than
story of King
anyone
Arthur
else.
originated from France as
I
well? Is
wanted
that
to
why?
find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants. Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack. I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
Well, I haven't lived half of my life yet, but still, I understand how you must feel.
Paimon too! It's like... imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, swoosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again!
Either's
Paimon
face
would
like,
definitely
bruh.
remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry
That
for
is some
me.
fantastic
I've
analogy.
made some progress
Did you learn
over
that
the
from
years.
Nahida too?
For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oceanits,
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Oceanits, Fontaine, done.
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of
I'm
itself.
calling right now the Lady of the Lake is folklore.
I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom. But more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music. So I prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate,
Lou with your
I
heart past
noticed
them.
a cluster
Lou
of
with your heart
leaves
past
being
them.
blown in the wind further and further west, towards Stone Gate. A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in
If
the
it was
direction of
spring, then I
Liyue.
would say Wimbledon, but
So
it said
I
fall,
followed
so
their
that's
advice
100%
and
Lou with
made
your heart
my
past
way
them,
here.
right? Or it could be summer too. That's also done. It wasn't Liyue.
Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
It's interesting how this is supposed to be like a.
Are you
It's
sure? It sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Qixing Village. Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well. And so on and so on.
Don't worry, Yao Yao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff.
experience in quotes.
And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of more on several bottles of fine wine,
Bruh.
which I left at the statues
Bruh,
of the seven
bruh, bruh.
along the way.
Oh dear.
Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu? I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
That does sound like a good idea.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all.
You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern Rite.
Then let's get moving.
All right. Well, my sincere thanks to you all. I will never forget your kindness.
You give me a lot of
Okay,
Fontaine
everyone,
crumbs, game.
Please follow me. I'll be your guide. Remember to watch where you're going, okay?
Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job. Oh well. Paimon will
Paimon
just
got
be a
replaced by
cheerleader
another
instead.
child. How's it feel? So, interesting. Huh? Let's start off with Yao here. After being teased, shown in promotional arts for so long, she's finally free from the closet and officially playable as a Dendro Polearm character. Yayo's only been shown, never playable, for a long time. Probably ever since like the first Lantern Rite, honestly. And now she's finally playable. At long last, it took them to release Dendro to do so. And that's probably the reason why Yayo was never going to be playable for a while, because they had to release Dendro first to Samara in order to do it. Dvorak is a very interesting character for multiple reasons. I'm gonna stop here for a bit to talk before we move on, because I want to talk about Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine. Or if your voice is a bit familiar to you guys, that's because he's actually, I don't know, a cameo appearance. I don't know if it's supposed to be a cameo appearance just for this event only, or if it's actually gonna be a major character later on, because I feel like they're building up to be a major character. He is voiced by a YouTuber named Marco Meatball. Or Marco. He is an opera singer turned voice actor, and now he also reacts to Genshin music, Honkai music, Final Fantasy music, many other JRPG musics, Arknight music, I think PGR, I'm not sure if it did PGR. But a lot of different, he did a lot of different reactions to music. And his analysis is so on point despite not playing a lot of the games. Like, he didn't play Honkai. I don't know if he played Honkai or not, but he watched the cinematics and listened to the music first, and he was on point with getting some of those predictions, despite not even understanding the character as much. I think. And he especially does that really well with Genshin music as well. And so as such, he is actually making a quote-unquote cameo appearance in the character Dvorak, who's also a musician. And I think that's really cool. Now, I don't know if this is just cameo appearance or not, or if it's actually gonna be, or if it's just gonna be a mainstay temporarily until Fontaine, because he's dropping a lot of Fontaine crumbs for me. The Lady of the Lake obviously reps to King Arthur's Lady of the Lake, but also it seems like it's a reference to the sirens, who are basically mostly portrayed as lake creatures that sings beautifully, that causes sailors to drown in the sea. But also seems like he's describing folklore, and with the connection with Liyue and the Oceanids, I think it's a reference to folklore, as the Hydra Archon has very close ties with the Oceanid and the Liyue. Not just in Liyue, possibly everywhere else. So I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go. This seems to be very lore heavy based for Fontaine crumbs, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Wow. Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last. It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself. The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious. I can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
But yeah, his voice actor is Marco Meatball, and honestly, it's really cool seeing him actually being able to voice a character in Genshin Impact after how much analysis. Oh, hi Shinyan.
Hi everyone! Fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
So you already know each other.
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence Tour, Xinyan was
Xinyan was also at Inazuma to advertise the Iridescence Tour as well.
Well, feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence Tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lantern Rite music festival? Yes, please!
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge.
Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Qixing and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
You mean... what?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
A Lantern Rite Music Festival will be a huge hit.
That's the spirit! See? Even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists.
Yunjin, maybe?
My friend Yunjin is a
Called
well-known
it.
opera singer in Liyue. With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
But what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
What do you take
I was
me
gonna say, she's
for?
not going to.
If we actually managed to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a shot. But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan.
You've got this, Xinyan! So about the senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now, is that anyone we know?
Yes, it's Zhongli. She's mentioned you two before. Zhongli's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her, so thank you for that.